Hello everyone! Today we are going to make chia seed chocolate pudding. So you will need almond milk, chia seeds, cacao powder, vanilla extract, dates, and you can also use salt, you can also use sugar, you don't have to, and cinnamon. We are going to use 1.5 cups of almond milk. Just as a side note, guys, for anyone that is using salt, you're using 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I did not use any salt because in most cases I always add 1/4 teaspoon of coconut sugar to my mix. So if you are using salt, 1/4 teaspoon. One-third of a cup of chia seeds. 1/4 cup of cacao powder, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and lastly a dash of cinnamon. Alright, so I'm just gonna stir it for a little bit and just try to get it to mix properly and even before I put the lid on it and shake it. Time to shake it! Alright, so there are some chia seeds stuck on the side, so I'm actually just gonna mix this up a little bit more with the spoon. And then I will shake it a little bit more and put it in the fridge. I'm leaving this in the fridge overnight. You guys can leave it in the fridge just for 5 hours. That's all it needs. So this is what it looks like the next day. What I'm doing is peeling the skin off the dates and pitting the dates because I will be using this to sweeten my chocolate pudding. Feel free to leave the skin on. It really doesn't matter, to be honest with you. If you have a powerful blender, you truly don't even have to worry about it. But I just prefer taking it off because I find that it takes less time to blend it and to give it that smooth, creamy texture. Don't forget, guys, dates are not only a good source of sugar and energy, it also has a lot of fiber in it. There are essential minerals like iron and calcium and potassium and vitamins in there like vitamin A and K and etc. Alright, it's time to blend it. All I'm doing is putting in the mixture I made last night and left in my fridge in the blender, which was the almond milk, the cacao powder, the chia seeds, the vanilla extract, the cinnamon, and I am adding the dates to it to sweeten it. And what will happen, it will come out with this creamy texture, exactly like pudding. Don't forget, guys, chia seed pudding is not something you have to blend. I am blending it, especially when I make the chocolate one, is because I prefer that creamy texture. I make the vanilla one, I normally sweeten it with maple syrup, but because I'm using the dates for the chocolate, I just prefer it all to be blended together so it's smooth and creamy and even. And presto, it's done. As you can see, the pudding has that creamy texture and everything is blended evenly. I don't really care to eat pudding at room temperature, so I am going to put it back into the fridge so it's nice and cold before I eat it. Time for the fun part. So I've had the pudding in the fridge probably for about an hour. So what I'm going to do is get the toppings ready now. I am going to use strawberries, as strawberries taste the best with chocolate, and also walnuts. So I'm going to just cut up my strawberries and chop up the walnuts and use that in between and on top of the pudding. Before I forget, for anyone that has a sweet tooth and you're trying cacao powder for the first time, I would definitely suggest using some sugar. I use coconut palm sugar, as you can see. The reason is cacao powder is a little bit bitter, so it's not that sweet. And yes, the dates will sweeten it, but if you truly have a sweet tooth, you might need some more. So what you can do is add a tablespoon to the entire batch, or what you can just do is just stir in a little bit of coconut sugar for your own serving. I think the coconut sugar is the best to use. However, people do use honey, agave, or even maple syrup. So pretty much it's your preference. And the best thing of putting it on the side is you can control how much sugar you put in, and you can always decrease it each time. So this is what I do. I put some of the pudding in first, then in the middle I put the walnuts, and then I put some more chocolate pudding on top, and I top it with strawberries and the rest of the walnuts. It's ready. This is so good. Thank you so much for watching today's video, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can see recipes, do-it-yourselves, wellness tips, and all of the above. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video.